Hey guys, Dirt here, and I just wanted to do a quick video, nothing too deep in depth, nothing too spoilerific, but I just got back from the Max Steel movie, and I gotta say, I loved it. It was great. It is your standard boy gets superpowers, becomes a superhero. Family has this secret he's got to find. If you're familiar with the Max Steel cartoon, it is a little different. They did make some changes to key parts of the storyline. There's an added component to who Max is. Although Steel, I think, is still basically the same, has the same background if you've watched the most recent cartoon, but there's a little bit more to Max and his father than you think is going on. But the changes that they made for the movie, I think, made sense. Nothing really felt like they changed it just for the sake of changing it. You know, a lot of times when something gets translated from a TV show to a movie, they just feel like, well, we got to put our own spin on this just because. In this case, I think they were all done for the service of the story, which was really good. The movie does do some key things that I think are really smart. Like, for instance, Max doesn't really get to show off his powers a whole lot until the battle at the end. The suit, his Max Steel, like battle armor suit thing, it pops up a couple times as he's experimenting with the powers, but again, doesn't really come out until the end of the movie. So by the time the end of the movie comes around and you're in the big climactic battle, you want to see it. Like, you're ready for this big battle. You're not worn out by it. You haven't seen him do a million things with these powers and with the suit, so you're not bored of it. Again, it hasn't worn out its welcome by the time you get there. So the movie, the acting is all really good. The one problem is the kid playing Max, he's supposed to be maybe 16, 16 and a half, 17, somewhere around in that range. And he looks like he's 22, 23. Kind of a problem they have a lot of times in Hollywood with some of these movies, but I mean, it happens. You see it all the time in TV shows and movies with much older actors playing these younger roles. But he does a good job. So for being a pretty good actor, for as old as he is, I think he did a good job. Um, the villain in the movie, they you kind of know what's coming as far as the main bad guy, although they throw in a monkey wrench at one point. Um, and you begin to think, well, maybe I've been misled, or maybe I've been looking at these clues wrong, and it's actually someone else. And then it swerves you back another direction at the end. So I thought that was fun. That was a good element that they threw in there. And the special effects were pretty good. Max has these energy powers. If you've ever seen the cartoon, you know that he makes like this tachyon energy that comes out. And I think they did a really distinctive job in portraying that on the screen. His blasts don't look like Superman's heat vision. They don't look like the Emperor shooting laser bolts out of his fingers. It looks completely different. And if you've seen the trailers, you've seen it that it's kind of this like watery noodle type of thing. And it works. It looks cool. You get a training montage in the middle, like you're expecting. You've got the girl who he likes, but he doesn't want to expose his secret, and blah blah blah. All this kind of stuff that typically plays into these type of movies is there. The music was really good. I actually have to give him credit for that. It sounded really good. The soundtrack was actually really well done. And the suits, Max's suit and the evil guy's suit that you see, I mean, they look like Tron suits. So, like, thumbs up as far as I'm concerned, because they do look like they would fit in Tron. It's kind of like a mix between the original Power Rangers movie, not the new one, because we haven't really seen a whole lot with that. But if you remember the original movie, kind of mixed with some Tron-esque stuff going in there, it looked great. So, it's not a perfect movie. There are some stretches where it feels a little long, and there are a couple points where, for instance, one of the bad guys has powers that look like a tornado, and so Max is fighting this thing on the outskirts of town, and then the next day, no one knows anything about it. Like, no one's talking about it. It's not on the news. You'd think a small town, a tornado on the edge of town, someone might notice, might make the news, but apparently not in this world. So that was a little iffy as far as that goes. But overall, I thought the movie was really well done. I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. My son went to see it. He's 11. He'll be turning 12 in January, so it's a PG-13. But there really wasn't. The only reason why I think maybe it was PG-13 was because some of the action is a little over the top. And if you had like a 8-year-old kid, might be a little too much for him in the movie theater, especially in 3D. We just saw it standard though. We didn't see any 3D or IMAX or anything like that. So, but yeah, definitely, when it comes out on Blu-ray, we'll buy it and watch it again. We both had a blast, and it really makes me want to buy a bunch of Max Steel toys now. And unfortunately, there's none there. They did some with the launch of the cartoon series in 2013, I think it was, but we haven't really seen a whole lot since then. Some McDonald's Happy Meal toys in 2014 and stuff like that. Some action figures. Most of that stuff is clearanced out and gone from stores now, which is a shame because I'm really amped up. I liked it a lot. I really hope the movie does well and gets a sequel. So let me say this. If you're looking for something to do this weekend, you're like, oh, well, there's that movie about the accountant, whatever. No, don't. Just go see Max Steel. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, and I think you will too. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.
Dirk, call me.